Oh my goodness. I just walked back with that. It was so heavy. So, let me show you what I got and then we're gonna start making the recipes. I'm gonna take my coat off, catch my breath, and all that good stuff. Okay, so the most expensive part was the meat, obviously, so let's start with that. I went to the butcher shop. I didn't get the meat at the grocery store. So I told her under half. So it's 0.448, just a little bit under half a kilo, $7.29. And then I got one hot sausage that they make it there. It's so good. That one is $4.87, and it's a little bit over half a kilo, like 600 kilograms. This is so good. And then the last thing is I got chicken thighs, but with the thing attached. I don't know what it's called. The chicken thigh and that extra part. I got 6 of those for $9.85, and those were $2.27 a kilo. Oh no, wrong. That's how much they weigh. They cost $4.33 a kilo. So at the butcher shop I paid 22 euros, but we're gonna have 3 meals out of this. 4 if you count the sausage, but I'll show you that another time. And the meat is 22.01. That's pretty good. It's good just because I got some meat, not just veggies and stuff, and snacks. So, celery, huge celery. I found out that celery is really good for your body. I'm just finding this out now at 60. I got carrots, 4 carrots. What's this? Oh yeah, onions. 4 onions. Potatoes. Quite a few potatoes. I'm not going to take them out of the bag too, of course. 8 potatoes. 1 misko orzo, the fat kind. It says hodro. There's skinny, medium, and fat. 1 milk for my coffee. One thing of parsley. Ugh. This bread, we just discovered this bread and it's addicting. Sometimes it's warm. This is for hot coffee. It's like a coffee mate powder. 2 more Cokes. That's all I could carry, or else I would have got a 6-pack. And a garlic. And there I paid for all that. 13 euros and 74 cents. I know, I was like, that's it? I don't know, I was expecting it to be at least 30 or something, but no. Pretty reasonable. For 13.74. For 35 euros we got all this stuff. Parsley, potatoes, and the meat. I'm gonna say that's not bad at all. 22 for the meat and 13.74 for the rest. So we're gonna make meatball stew. So we'll look how nice this meat looks. Put that in there. And we're gonna add stuff to it. I'm gonna chop up some leftover onion that we had here, finely. I'm gonna put 2 cloves of garlic, chopped up finely. I might even do it in the thingy, which, yeah, I am gonna do it in there. 1 egg, breadcrumbs, parsley. Mix that all together. You'll see as we go along. Okay, because I'm not gonna sit here all day and play around with the chopping. I'm gonna put them in this multi thing. Bam. Because I want them to be really fine anyway. Put like 2.5. You could put as much garlic as you want. And I cut up 1 more onion because onion, the only thing that it does is it helps the flavor. It doesn't hurt it. Okay. And then we got the parsley. I washed it with vinegar. Let it soak in vinegar. I've got this thing lately with vinegar. Ever since I discovered that it was, what do you call it? It kills germs. Oh. I've been crazy with it. You don't have to put parsley in here if you don't want. But the recipe calls for it. Some people don't like parsley though, so that's why I'm gonna say this is optional. I'm just rough cutting it. You think it'll fit? You know what? I'm gonna go do that first. And then I'll come back and put that in there. You don't want to do it too much. You don't want it to be pesto. So we're going to pour that into the ground beef. And here's the, can you see? Here's the onion and the parsley and the garlic. Pour that in. One egg. A little bit of olive oil. Salt. Pepper. A dash of dried oregano. You don't have to. This is optional. We've got homemade breadcrumbs here. They're frozen. Just put a little bit of those in there. Hold it together. And then we have to make it all squished together. This recipe is a little time consuming because there's a lot of steps to it, but it's worth it. Oh, this smells good already. Okay. That's beautiful. So now we've got everything cut and washed. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut the onion into 4 pieces. Just in half, and then we're gonna throw that in the pan. Okay, I'm keeping it here so you can watch what I'm doing. Just cut it like that into 4. That's all gonna melt. It's gonna open up, melt, and make the food really, really good. Now for the carrot, we don't want to cut them this pieces too small. This is stew, so let's go here. Throw that in. You kind of want to We want them to be the same size so they can cook evenly. So here where it's fatter now, I'm going to go a little skinnier. This isn't a good knife to do this with, but I'm so used to it. Let's start from here. And the potatoes also, you don't want them to be, how should I do this? Too small. Just like that. That size. Salt. Pepper. Tomato paste. This was left over from yesterday, so I'm going to use it. It was half of the little geeknos. So now I'm going to put olive oil in there too, and then I'm going to just set it over there to the side. Let me show you how much olive oil. Because we're going to get the meatballs ready. So, just a little dash. Set this over to the side for now. I'm going to put some flour in a bowl. Okay. So we'll grab a little piece. Roll it a little bit in the flour. Dust it off. Don't put too much flour on that one, but it's okay because we're going to brown them first in the frying pan. There we go. Okay. So now I turn this on and the oil, get it hot, and these are gonna get, what's the word? Giouvetsi. Not giouvetsi. How do you say it in English? They got a little olive oil, the paste. Tomato paste is there. Let them brown a little bit. That's the word. I don't know if this is hot enough, but let's try it. Bam. Now we don't want to necessarily cook it all the way through because it's going to go in there. Ooh. But we want to brown it so it doesn't fall apart in the pan. The rest of the meat, we saved it to make something else with it. We didn't want any more. But you can put all of them in there, depending how many people you have in your house. So I put the wine in, and now the wine has evaporated. I'm going to put some boiling water in. Put in the chicken bouillon. And I want to make sure that I always mix it up well before I put the meatballs in, because after the meatballs you don't want to shake it around. We don't want them to break in there. So this looks pretty awesome. Now, I'm going to get the meatballs. So now we don't want to be twirling it around, so the way you do it here is you go like this. And then I'm going to bring it down to 4. I had it on 6. And then we're going to let it slow cook here. Okay. Now this is also optional, but you could put a couple of cloves in there. And a little bit of cinnamon. Good. I forgot to tell you to put celery in there, so I forgot it myself. So I put it in after. Even the leaves. And then I'm going to add a little more water. Turned it down to medium-low, and I'm going to add some more water. Just threw in the celery, which is supposed to be from the beginning actually, but I forgot. And that's it for now. Add a little more water to give it more room to cook. Put the lid back on. Let it cook for another half hour. I put the 3 chicken thighs in cold water with some vinegar. I'm going to let it sit there a couple minutes. I cut off whatever fatty pieces, stuff that I didn't want off of it, and I'm just letting it sit for a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a carrot. So I want it to be chopped up really fine. 1 garlic clove, 1 onion. And then I'm gonna get the chicken ready to start browning it a little bit. Let me go do this. Okay, that's ready to go. Take it over by the pan. Now I'm going to get my chicken ready. Let me turn my pan on. So I put some olive oil in a pan, and now I'm going to lay these on here because from the washing they're wet. I need to pat them dry. Oh my goodness. So pat them down. Okay, so we're going to put some salt, pepper, and a little bit of oregano. This is optional if you don't like oregano. If you don't have it, it's okay. No problemo. And then I'm going to put it in the pan and do it on the other side because I don't want it to come out. It's hot. just rough chop the tomato. Okay, and then in that same oil, I'm going to put the garlic, carrot, onion. Oh, it smells good. A little bit of wine. There we go. That got everything off the bottom and gave it a beautiful smell. So now we're going to cook it a little bit so the wine can, what do you call it, evaporate. A little salt, pepper. Whoa. And a sprinkle of oregano. Now we're going to pour in the chopped tomato, the fresh tomato. Ooh, this looks good. The garlic and the wine and the onion, it smells so good. And here in a little round pan, I've got my chickens. So this is what we're gonna do next. Turn that off. I've got my oven on. So I'm gonna put some olive oil here on the bottom. Put it in for about half an hour. Then we're going to take it out, turn the chicken, put the orzo in around the sides, and let it cook for the rest of the time with the orzo. So now about 30 minutes has gone by, maybe even 35 minutes, so I'm going to take it out of the oven. Ooh. Turn the chicken around. Ooh, if I can get it out. And I'm gonna, ooh, it's nice and crispy. Turn the chicken around. Put this one this way. Whoop. At this point, we'll give it a little test taste to see if it's got enough salt, pepper, might need sugar. Doesn't need anything. And we put that orzo that we got. I got the thick kind. They have a skinny, medium. This one is chodro, which means fat. I don't know how much to put in here. So this orzo is gonna suck up all that juice and get the flavor. This might be a lot, but we'll see. Okay. We're gonna leave it in there another half hour. So back in it goes. Okay, so the time has passed and it's ready. Oh yeah. It's okay if there's a little bit of juice in here, it's gonna drink it up. It looks like it turned out really good. I'm pleased with it. I hope you guys like this recipe. You can also make it with beef, the exact same way. You brown the beef, but beef is so expensive nowadays, it's crazy. I'm not gonna pay that for beef. But so chicken works just as great. And it's called giouvetsi with chicken. So good because the pasta, the little orzo pasta, drinks all the juices of the chicken and the vegetables, and it gets the flavor in there. You could put some feta cheese. I usually put some feta cheese on the side. You could put Parmesan over it, whatever you want. It's good. Oh my God, it's so good. It's good.